Welcome back, guys. I would like to provide you some kind of bonus video regarding to the XOR encryption before we move on with another challenge. I mean, this one over here, it's not required, and if you have solved this challenge, it's perfectly fine to move on with this course. In this video, I would like to show you a different approach, which we haven't talked about so far, and this can come super handy. I'm talking about reusing existing view output. For example, this one over here. Let's open the smartphone. Here we have our challenge, and this is the patched version. So within the ADB logcat, we should find our secret key. Whoops, if we write it correct. Okay, many typos. There we go. Here we have it. We have opened this app meanwhile 3 times, and here's our output. All right, it works perfectly fine, and there's nothing wrong with this one over here. But now, wouldn't it be nice if we print out this text over here? This is my secret message at this place where there is what was the message. So if you reuse this output for the original application to print out our output, it would be absolutely nice. I know, I'm glad that you asked, and therefore let's have a look into this, how we can achieve this task. So this one, it's not that complicated, and this is what we're going to do right now. Alright, and to do this, let's first have a look into this application in the patched version and see how this output is being generated. So we go into apps, XOR encryption, then this XOR encryption directory, and within this we have our patched version. We are now opening our patched version with JDX-GUI. Okay, JDX-GUI is loading, and here we have it. Within COM, app hacking encryption, we have this main activity. And here we can see, yes, this is definitely our patched version because we have patched the system out print line into this application. I mean, this looks absolutely ridiculous. We have inserted this complete code just based on Smiley into this original app. Okay, so here we can see we are printing out this one over here, this part. And this part is, let's see, encrypt decrypt. This is the return value of this method. And let's see, we are opening it with a double click, and we can see this one over here, it's a string. So we are returning back a string from this method. And yeah, of course, because we are also printing it out over here. All right, we are not assigning this string to a certain variable, but within Smiley, we know that this string might be held in a register. So underneath this one, we've got this text view, set text, and this is exactly the text what we have seen. And that's opening it. Yes, what was the message? So the only thing we have to do is we have to get rid of this one over here, and this text in here. Let's make this red. And then we have to check out which register is being used for the return value over here. Let's call it VX. And then we are calling this method set text with our register here. And then instead of what was the message, instead of this one over here, we should have our encrypted text into this application over here. So we do not need to connect via ADB and fetch the ADB logcat output. We can simply reuse existing views of this application to print out our text. Absolutely amazing, right? Let's do this. Okay, to do this, we have to decode this application, the patched version. So this one over here. APK tool, the out APK. And so here we have this out directory, and let's opening this with Visual Studio Code. All right, here we have it, and we select Java. Already done, that's good. And now we do not have to reverse everything in here. We just start reverse engineering at this part over here. So let's compare this. We go into apps, XOR encryption. Let's see what line this one is in our code. I mean, it's line 21, if we take a look at this line number over here, but I guess this is just right before our system out. So let's see. This JDX-GUI, I should keep it simply just open. I guess that's easier. All right. COM app hacking encryption. Main activity. Yes, line 21 is system out print line. I guess we were line 21. Okay, we just have to reverse engineer upwards from here. And then, yeah, we can do this task. All right, let's take this to the graphic tablet and then have a look into this one. Okay, let's do some speed run over here. So we start at this line and the rest will be simply ignored. So this one over here will be ignored. Okay, so v0 at this line is holding our encrypted string. Okay, and then we call invoke static, a static method, and we call encrypt decrypt. This is exactly the method we want to have because this one is returning back a string. And let's see, yes, here we can see this is the return type, return, and this will be a string. And so our string will be moved into v0. The result will be moved into v0, which means v0 is now holding our decrypted string. We are overriding v0 at this point. Okay, and then we have asGetObject, so we fetch system.out, and we can see we are invoking a virtual method on this field, and we are calling the method printLine. And we're calling printLine with an argument, and this argument is v0, and this one over here. Maybe let's change some colors. So this is our argument for this function, and this one is our decrypted string. Okay. And then we can see v0 will be assigned to a label which is encrypted, but we can simply ignore this part over here. v0 is still holding our decrypted string. And then let's take another color. Okay, then we've got an iGetObject, and we are fetching p0. This is this object. We are fetching main activity. This is our this object. And we are fetching the text view from the main activity. So here we can see this one over here. This is the type. And we are fetching main activity.text view into v1. And so v1 is holding. Okay, and then we've got our string. Another color, v2. So v0 is still untouched. v0 is still holding our decrypted string. Okay, here we have now another string v2. v2 is now the message. What was the message? So what and so on. And then back to yellow. We are calling invoke virtual on v1. v1, we can see over here is our text view. Oops, this was a little bit off. There we go. So v1 is our main activity.text view. I hope you can read this because it's barely not possible for me right now. And we are calling the method setText. So at this line over here, we are calling main activity text view, and we are calling the method, this one over here, set text. Okay, so here we have a kind of new line for our parameter. The parameter is, let's change it to, which color didn't we have right now? And this one. The parameter is now this one. And this is not a string, this is Java lang char sequence. So this is our parameter. And let's do it in this way. Okay, and maybe to make sure, all right, this is our parameter. And this function is returning back in void. Okay, so this means our parameter is within v2. And this is our parameter. And all we have to do is we have to replace this one over here, this v2, with v0. Whoops, there we go. Because if we replace v2 with v0, then we are not passing this string, what was the message, this one over here. And then we are passing this one into this function. And this is our decrypted string. So on the screen, instead of what was the message, there should appear our decrypted string. All right? Okay, so this was a little bit speedy, but I guess you could still follow because we have reverse engineered it in the last couple of videos. So yeah, therefore I hope you could follow. In case if it's too fast, simply please drop me a message. Then I will re-record this and make it a little bit more slowly and also explain it a little bit more extensively what we are doing. Alrighty? Perfect. So let's get back and let's apply this patch over here. Let's do this. Okay, so here we are back on the Ubuntu VM and we can see this one over here. This is the string we want to replace. This is our v2 and we have to replace this string, this register v2 with v0 because v0 is the return value over here. And this register will not be assigned to a variable, but it also won't be overwritten in our application code. And therefore, v0 is still holding the reference to this string, and we are simply just putting this register into this function right now. Okay? Perfect. So the patch, it's pretty easy. All we have to do is we have to change this parameter from v2 to v0, and that's it. Let's save this. Let's build this application back again, and then let's see if this works. So this one is not longer required. Okay, now it's a little bit confusing because we are within the this directory, and now we have this out directory, which is our decompiled application from the this directory. So we have to rebuild this one over here. So apk tool v out. I hope I have saved it 10,000 times, but I guess it should work. Okay. So this is a bit larger. Whoops, sorry. And there we go. Okay, and then within the this directory, the this directory of this out directory, we have now another out apk. So we are using zip-align. That's correct. It is now, now we have to adjust this, the second application. This is now our zip-aligned application, and now we have to use the APK signer for this out _ patched. So we are patching our modified patched version, which is a little bit ridiculous, but yeah, I guess you can still follow on this one over here. All right, and here we have now our out patched APK. And this one has been signed and we can install it. I guess we can override this application because the key is the same. Test only, all right. Looks good. Now let's open our screen copy. We have it open twice, we only need it once. Okay, and now let's see if this worked out. So let's open this encryption application, and what should happen is we should see our text in system.out print line. So this shouldn't be affected at all. Let's do this. adb logcat and grab system out. Okay, and let's maybe clear this first. Okay, let's do it. Okay. But beside the system out, so beside this debug output, we should also see it now in this application directly. So let's see. I'm opening it in 3, 2, 1. There we go. This is my secret message, and this is exactly what we have here. So this is a little bit more convenient to use right now, patching or using existing views to print out our secrets. This wouldn't be a good approach if you're a developer to print out the secrets on the screen, but if you're a hacker, it definitely is. Alrighty? Okay, perfect. This is all I would like to show you over here. This can come super handy, and yeah, I hope it wasn't too confusing. So I'm looking forward to see you in the next section.